Japan's newest ocean giant is an aircraft carrier that is so powerful that it will amaze the world with what it can do. This ship is more than just a fortress, it's a statement of power and innovation, from its stealthy form to its cutting-edge weapons. Today, we're unveiling a story that will send ripples across the globe. Japan, a nation renowned for its technological prowess, has just unleashed its latest marvel. A multi-billion-dollar aircraft carrier set to redefine modern military might. Over 100 years ago, in 1922, Japan built the Hosho, the world's first aircraft carrier. This was a landmark event in naval battle. This cutting-edge ship was used to try and improve aircraft carrier operations, such as landings, takeoffs, and fighting styles. Because of Japan's success with the Hosho, they built a group of strong aircraft carriers, such as the Akagi, Kaga, Ryujo, Hiryu, Shokaku, Taiho, and Unryu. But the war changed, and the Unryu, the last of these carriers, sank in 1944 during World War II. The next year, the nuclear bombs of Hiroshima and Nagasaki dealt Japan a terrible blow. This was the sad end to the deadliest war in history. After the war, Japan chose to be peaceful and gave up aggressive weapons like intercontinental ballistic missiles, nuclear weapons, and aircraft carriers. Instead, Japan worked on making weapons that would protect its sovereignty. Japan started the Maritime Safety Agency in 1948 after the war. By 1954, it had grown into the Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force. Japan first thought about buying an Essex-class aircraft carrier, but in 1959 they changed their minds and started working on a helicopter carrier project instead. The big goal was to run 18 Sea King helicopters, but the plan was shelved because helicopters weren't very useful at the time and money was tight. By the late 1960s, Soviet subs were becoming a bigger threat, so Japan made a strong plan to fight them. When the Third Defense Buildup Plan began in 1967, it called for an escort fleet with helicopter ships, but because of limited funds, bigger helicopter ships were not built. Instead, Haruna and Shirani-class destroyers with Sea King helicopters were built. In the 1970s, Soviet bombers with long-range missiles brought new threats, which sparked Japan's interest in aircraft carriers all over again. This time, Japan thought about using both jet fighters and aircraft. The Harriers were thought about, but because they couldn't fight modern bombers like the Tu-22M, NATO code Backfire, they weren't the best choice. Japan looked into using early warning and control planes in the air, along with tanker planes, as a cheaper option to carriers that were stationed on carriers in the 1980s. The goal of this plan was to make sure that the escort ships had good air cover. Japan has wanted to have an aircraft carrier for a long time. In 2009 and 2011, the Hyuga-class helicopter destroyers were put into service, and then the more modern Izumo class was put into service. When it was laid down in 2012, the JS Izumo, the lead ship of its class, marked a turning point in military history. It was launched on August 6, 2013, which was a very important day because it was the 58th anniversary of the bombing of Hiroshima. The Izumo went into service in 2015, and 2 years later its sister ship, the JS Kaga, did the same. With a crew of 970, these powerful ships show how far Japan has come in marine technology. There is nothing like the Izumo class in terms of size and power. These ships are huge. They weigh 19,500 tons when they're empty, and 27,000 tons when they're full. Both are 248 meters long, 38 meters wide, and have a depth of 7.5 meters. The 4 GE IHI LM 2500 IEC gas turbines that power them are technical marvels. Each one makes 33,525 horsepower. With this much power, the Izumo class can hit speeds of up to 30 knots, which is very fast. They have 2 Mk-15 phalanx and 2 CRAM close-in weapon systems for defense, which give them strong cover against a wide range of threats. Izumo-class ships are both unique and well-planned in how they are built. Its unique shape makes it harder for radar to pick up, which makes it more stealthy. The air traffic control room, which is at the back of the bridge, has a wide view of the flight deck. The Izumo class has a special radar system called OPS-50 that is only used for air search and control tasks. It only has C-band search antennas because it doesn't have any long-range weapons. It's interesting that the ships have a heavy sonar placed on the bow, but it's not meant to fight submarines. Instead, it's meant to find possible torpedo attacks and add another layer of defense. With two big elevators and three smaller ones, the Izumo class is well equipped for aircraft operations. These make it easier to move aircraft, ammunition, and people to medical facilities. There is state-of-the-art medical equipment on board, such as a 35-bed hospital, operating rooms, urgent care units, and dental treatment rooms. With their electronic fuel control systems, the ship's gas engines can be controlled directly from the bridge, showing how far automation has come. The Izumo class can also make an amazing 60 tons of fresh water every day. This resource is very important for the crew and is also used to keep the flight deck in good shape. These ships can refuel other ships at sea and move fresh water, but they can't move jet fuel. As a result of its impressive strength, cutting-edge technology, and well-thought-out design, the Izumo class sets a new standard for naval engineering. It comes with 2 hangars and a maintenance center. Each hangar has room for up to 6 helicopters, and there is extra room for 2 more in the repair building. Most of the time, these ships carry a group of 7 SH-60K anti-submarine missiles and 2 MCH-101 service helicopters. They can, however, hold up to 28 planes and run 5 helicopters at the same time. One SH-60K helicopter is always on watch on the deck, and it switches places with another helicopter every few hours to protect against the sun and sea. These carriers can also do a lot of different things. They can carry up to 400 Marines for amphibious missions, and the same number of people can help with disaster relief. The Izumo class went through a big change in 2018. At first, it wasn't meant to carry fixed-wing planes. Japan chose to change these ships so they could hold F-35Bs and V-22s. The JS Izumo will start a 2-stage conversion in 2020. In the first step, the decks are strengthened to handle the extra weight and high temperatures of the F-35B's jet engines during vertical landings. In the second stage, the current triangular flight decks will be changed into square ones that are better for fixed-wing operations. The Izumo class won't have a ski jump ramp because the heavy bow-mounted sonar could make it hard to keep the ship balanced. The hangars and maintenance buildings will also need to be changed to make room for the new kinds of aircraft. Japan already has 42 V-22s and has bought 42 F-35Bs. Even though the government has said there are no plans to use these planes on the Izumo class, it is widely expected that we will finally see them on these ships. The U.S. Marine Corps wants to use the Izumo class to teach Japanese troops how to fly F-35Bs, which makes people even more excited about their future role in regional defense strategies. So that is all the time we had today, folks. Hope you enjoyed this video. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon on your way out. See you all next time.